So I'm going to show you how to make something really decadent, some proper Cornish clotted cream fudge, which is spiked with some Muscovado sugar. Now, into a really heavy bottom pan, I'm going to put some clotted cream. Now, it might look like quite a lot, but don't worry, because a little bit of this fudge goes a long way. So we're just popping this in. Now, you could use double cream if you wanted, but there is a richness that you get with clotted cream, and you get that butteriness from it as well that you're not going to get from your average pot of cream. Then we're going to go for some golden caster sugar, which is fantastic, which will add to the flavour. And finally, our Muscovado. Now, what a lot of people don't realise is that Muscovado is gets its sort of toffee flavour from having the molasses stuck inside the grain of sugar. And that's why it's so sort of like tooth-suckingly delicious, and it becomes really sticky when cooked. And you just wouldn't get the sort of flavour without it. And then we're going to go for some vanilla extract, about a tablespoon of that. You can do it without if you don't have it, but I kind of think it needs a bit of something to it. So I'm just going to pop this on the hob. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to melt the sugar together with the cream, and you actually find that it melts together quite easily. But we want to do that on a sort of lowish heat. So you can see here that it's starting to melt the sugar crystals down really quickly, and it's becoming quite syrupy. That's what you're looking for. I mean, you really want to do this, like I said, over a low heat until everything's dissolved and amalgamated into one. And already you can see that it's resembling that gorgeous sort of classic fudge colour. Now, this is a thermometer, and they're integral for sweet making and fudge making particularly, because it gives you a gauge of how hot you want it to get. Now, fudge, you need to get to soft-boil stage, which is about 116 degrees, which is about here. So we're going to pop that in now, and we're going to let this boil. Okay, we are pretty much there now, and we need to cool this down in some iced water. And what this will do is just gradually cool it down. And what you'll find is that as you stir it, it begins to thicken for a start. And you can see what I mean. It sort of really gets thick quite quickly. And eventually you'll feel that it gets sort of beyond thick and starts to get a bit grainy. And you know you're pretty much at the right consistency, because if you think really good fudge is that gritty texture. So I'm just going to take this out of the pan because it's really starting to get quite solid, and yeah, this is exactly what we want. But you can see it's really starting to get grainy and that kind of crumbly fudgy texture, and I want to get that into our pan. So it's just a matter of pouring our fudge in there and just levelling it out. And then I'm just going to pour this mixture into the pan. I'm just going to level it out. You need to be careful because it still can be quite warm. So you kind of want to level it out, but don't be too precious about it, because actually when it looks a little bit homemade, that's kind of what's lovely about it. So this is it. This is your fudge. And you just need to let it cool for about half an hour to an hour. Then you can chop it up into cubes and it's ready to eat.